Hi Jennifer and Harry, this is Kirk, Mercedes-Benz of Hanover. It was great meeting you both today, and I thought you might take another look at the GLA 250. So this one looks just like the one that we gave you the specifications on. In fact, it's uncanny, they're virtually identical, except this one has the multimedia package. So this is how the car's going to look. And they look great, I think. The bright trim on the front, it's very distinct, classic Mercedes sport motif. You'll see some Mercedes with the stand-up port ornament right here and all the chrome. That's the luxury look. This is the sport look with this three-pointed star in the grille. New for 2018 on the GLA is this unique look in the grille that has these air ducts built into those slats, as well as the air ducts built in down below. It's a different look than the prior GLA 250. Something I like about these too, parking outside in the winter, especially with snowbanks, icy ones, when you bump them, it scratches the paint all up on the front bumper. This chrome works much better. That holds up really well. It also holds up well to stone chips and, well, people who don't park very carefully, which, of course, almost never happens. But I know parallel parking in Boston, my car suffered some damage on the bumpers from that. You said you park in a parking garage, so that should help a lot. So anyway, you can see the fog lights. Again, nice bright trim. These have a real cool look to them, and the trim is part of it. The wheels are part of it too. Split spoke. They're almost an AMG style wheel, Harry. I know you'll appreciate that. And coming around, this one of course gotten a little dirt, but we have a car wash every day but Sunday, so I couldn't clean it before I did this. But it's unique. You can see how they do this effect on the rocker panel. So many things about the GLA are unique, and that's what gives it its great style. It's very chunky looking, it's sporty, it's elegant. It's just, I think they did such a great job with it. Looking at the back, of course I got my plate in the way, but you can see again, bright trim, tastefully done. Big lights. Big lights are key for visibility from the back, especially on the highway. So then again, Mercedes' emphasis on safety is unparalleled. Number one in the world, 8,000 safety patents, Mercedes-Benz, far more than anybody else. Same trim on the rear bumper as the front. Again, it's really dirty, but it's this great matte aluminum look, and it protects the rear bumper. Again, backing up into snowbanks and things like that, the paint won't get all scraped. You can see how they integrated the twin exhaust pipes into it too. Really nice, just a terrific design. I'll show you inside the back. I know we talked about how much space you thought you needed. You can definitely fit the dog in here. You can remove this piece, drop the seats, have a lot of versatility. Or you could even drop the large side over here and leave the small side up. The dog could get around, and that would allow you to store some things in the back seat if you wanted to. Something else I like that Mercedes does is they run this chrome trim right here. Key, because if you're loading heavy things in and out of the back, the bumper gets scratched up, and that protects your bumper really well. Give you a quick look in the back. It's snug, but it still seats 4 adults, and it's nicely finished. They don't shortchange rear seat passengers. You've got your nice stitching right here and your bright trim. You have a folding armrest right here. Cup holders are built into it. Headrest in the middle, so you could put a third person in the back, short trip, that type of thing. And up front, you can see the style, the door panel again, just like the rear door with the stitching. The stitching carries through to your armrest on your console, your seats have it. It's just a nice touch, and it's not too much. You know, Mercedes is understated. They've always been that way, but at the same time, there's still a nice level of trim so it doesn't feel austere. So you've got your center vents, which I like this motif. It's round, it picks up on the fog lights and some of the other styling elements of the car. And then of course there's your sunroof. I closed the shade. With the shade open, it's immense. And I think it's really nice. In the winter, the payoff is if you leave it open with the sun, it warms the interior up really well. In the summer, you just close the shade. It's just like not having a sunroof. This information screen is terrific. You can see very easily. It's a bright sunny day. The sun's shining right across here. I can still read that very clearly. To me, that's a big safety thing, because when I'm driving, I don't want to take my eyes off the road. So if I can quickly glance at that to see something, then I'm happy. The instrument cluster, classic Mercedes, very simple round dials, gauges, everything's easy to read, right there what you need. And then information. So I didn't really get into trip functionality. You can measure your fuel economy, your range, consumption, Eco display gives you an idea of your driving habits for fuel economy, and then you can measure fuel economy from a distance. So this started measuring 3 miles ago, 14.8, been doing a lot of idling. And then you can measure your trips. So I'm assuming that you get reimbursed for driving for mileage. This is just what you need. You can easily track your distance on your trips. And then you might choose also to have your digital speedometer. Some people prefer a digital speedometer over the classic analog speedometer, and this gives you the choice of both. Or you can just go to your odometer. You have the controls on the steering wheel. The basic functionality of this, of course, is on this side. This gives you volume control for the radio and the ability to take and make phone calls from the steering wheel. And we, of course, have Bluetooth in the car. And when you take the car, I Bluetooth pair your phone. So that way, all your phone's data is in the car, makes it much easier to make and take phone calls. And then we looked at this. This is very familiar. It's just like the GLE, and that's what's nice about it. You're going to just hop in here and be able to drive the car and understand how everything works. So, also the trim, that's right. This is the sail pattern trim, aluminum trim, same as the car that we found for you. So this interior is identical to the car that we found for you. And I don't know if you'll be switching off, Harry, if you'll be driving this at all, but if you are, there's 3 memory settings, just like in the GLE. So 3 different drivers can set the seat up, mirrors, that sort of thing. So it makes it very easy to switch drivers back and forth. I'll also show you another way to open the rear lid right here. Tailgate release built into the interior. And it's a power release as well. So I hope this has been a helpful view of the car. Please let me know what your questions are. I'm sure you're going to have some. I'm available anytime by email. You can text me or you can call me. My number is 781-924-4229. And again, thank you so much for coming in today. Really appreciate meeting